Hello and welcome back to one of our mini training sessions on Workbooks CRM. And in this one, we're going to cover email templates and snippets. We did this topic about a couple of years ago, but this is more of an updated one to also feature the new or newish snippets feature. So whether you're reaching out to prospects, following up with clients, or coordinating with team members, creating professional and consistent emails can be pretty time consuming. And that's where Workbooks CRM's email templates and snippets feature comes into play, offering a really easy and powerful solution to streamline your communication process and will essentially save you time. So have you ever been in a situation where you spent a good bit of time creating that perfect email to a customer and then only to have to repeat it maybe several minutes, several hours, several days later, and you've got to go through it all again, cutting and pasting all the rest of that malarkey? So this is going to help you save time. And examples, think about examples of emails that you send that could be turned into templates to save you time. Typical ones would be the initial outreach to prospective customers. You get a new lead, you send them an intro email, maybe follow-up emails to a client meeting or demo, follow-ups to, in a similar way, follow-ups to quotations or proposals that you might have done. Maybe you want to create a library of objection handling emails. So typical issues that you get presented with, just make sure you've got a consistent response to that from you to various clients and your team. Welcome emails for new customers. You get that client and then maybe there's some kind of process for introducing them to other products and services, contacting you for help, whatever. Confirming orders and shipping notifications. If you're using workbooks for ticketing, then there'll be a whole range of different supporty, techie type emails that you may want to construct for different issues or how to resolve things and so on, getting feedback on support requests. And then there's the normal sort of product announcements. There is obviously the boundary between these one-off emails and doing bulk emails, which we've covered in many other sessions. But we're here thinking about those one-off emails. You've got a client record in front of you. You've done something with them. You want to send something to that contact. So, hello. Get around to introduce myself. Tim Wilmot here, and I'm joined by my colleague Stuart Lawrenson-Hine, and our company, Wizard Systems. We're a leading independent CRM solutions provider of systems like Workbooks, and we help out organizations use simple and affordable solutions to improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So thanks to those of you on here live. Thanks for joining us today for this little mini training, not meant to be in-depth on email templates or snippets, just really touching the surface and giving you some ideas on how to get more out of it if you haven't dabbled with it already. And this is part of our regular delivery of short workbooks presentations, normally every Wednesday, normally every week, focusing on different topics around workbooks. Now, the audio part of this call is one way only. If you've got a question, please type that into the question box on your meeting control panel, and we'll deal with that towards the end after Stuart's given us a little demo. And on that, let me just hand over to my colleague Stuart, as per normal, and Stuart will take us through email templates and snippets.
So, as mentioned, the idea behind these email templates is that they're time savers. They cut down on you having to rewrite emails over and over again. So, how do you come about this solution? The idea being is you build this email body once, and it contains all or almost all of the text you need. You then add submerge fields again so that we're not cutting and pasting names and company details into it. So let me show you what I mean. I've opened a person's record on screen, Alan Whitehead, and I need to send him an email about a recent visit he made to our website. Okay, so I could start typing, email opens, Dear Alan. And you can see already, I'm not the fastest typist in the world. And yeah, it's boring. It takes too long. So there has to be a quicker way. And there is. The system has opened up the email for me. It's put the subject line in for me. It's put his email address in the top. It's put his name after the dear field, the dear for me. And it's even put his company name into the body of the email. And I can just send this, or it is text. So if I wanted to, I click into the body and I could carry on typing. So how did the system do this? Let's close that one again. We're going to start the marketing and templates, and I click on all the templates. Here's the email that we just opened up. So let's take a look. So there's the name. So that's how we found it on the drop-down list. The subject line, as we mentioned, has already been completed for me. And then these clever merge fields, these little blocks that we can add to the text. And we see here someone's put in the first person name, and then in the middle of the text is put that first person's employer name into the body. So when we open an email, the system replaces those merge fields with the text from the record that's open and makes the system nice and easy for you. So I'm going to add a new merge to the end of this line. I'm going to add good time to schedule a call with your account manager. And we're going to put his name into it. And this is just nothing more than assigned to. So let's just quickly save that. And again, very easy to test because we can go back to Alan's record, open up the same email and see how it looks. Won't be a good time to schedule a call with your account manager, Daniel Demo. That's it, that's perfect, that's just what I wanted. So if I'm happy with that, save and close. And that's a template. Now that's a template based on the people record, type. Now, the system for workbooks can create email templates for any of the record types within workbooks. So it means you get to use some really clever merge fields to build the body of the email. Now, I won't go too deep into this, but I'll show you what I mean. So let's close a few pages and just get back to Alan. And we'll go to this templates page. I'll click on New Template. I click on Record Specific Template. You can see that I'm given this list of all the various record types. So the last one that we saw was people. I'm going to show you this quotation one here. So it's probably easier if we have a look at a quote. Now, there isn't a quote template on the email tab. That's because the quote template, of course, is, as we said, is record type specific. But if I go to transactions and open up a quote, I do have an email tab. And one of the emails I can send is a simple quotation with images. Now you think that this is, it's a quote, but it's not. It's just an email. That is still an email with merge fields. And I can show you what I mean. If I open up a quote template next to it, you can see how the system took all the various merge fields from a quote and helped it to build a very nice looking, very simple quote template. You build the body, the system fills the body in with information. When you've saved it all, set it up, it's just a case of going to that record type, clicking on email, and setting it and putting it in place. It's ready to go. So that is really at email templates and record types and how you can put them all together. So obviously I went from a very simple template to a complex template, but the idea is the same. Prepare the text, include the placeholders so that the record information is used to personalize the email. This is the bit that saves you having to write the same or similar emails over and over again. Okay, so that's templates. Let's close these down. We'll go back to Alan. Nice clean desktop. But Workbooks has another little trick up its sleeve when it comes to emails. And Tim alluded to them. They're called snippets. Now, these are small blocks of text that can be dropped onto any email. Again, let me show you what I mean. I'm going to use Alan's record for this one. At this time, I'm going to use an empty email, a blank one. But some extra text that I want to add. Well, again, I'll use the hi, Alan. One thing I forgot to point out, which I'll do here, is that if you start writing an email and realize actually there's a template that can do it better, you can drop a template straight into the email. We can still use templates here, and we can still use snippets. Oh, what a space there. Let me clean that up. We can still use these things called snippets. So when would be a good time to schedule a call with your account manager? I'm also going to drop in here. I know this customer uses Workbooks, and I want to remind him about accounting periods. Now, I could, if I wanted to, put a little bit of text in here about reminding that their accounting periods, have you set them up in Workbooks? I want to do it much quicker. I just click this, and it pastes that little block of text into the system for me. Nice and easy, didn't have to type it. And you can have lots of them. I've got one here to remind people about signing up to the 101 that we're watching. Again, just drop it into the email. It's not in the template, so I don't have to include it every time. It's just where I feel it's relevant. And you can build these up. I'm using sort of one-liners, but they could be entire paragraphs that you can then pick and choose and put into place to help you build up the body of an email without using a template. So how are these made? Right. So these are done through your emails and through snippets. You see, as I mentioned, I've got two here, nice and easy. I'll open the accounting one. And it really is nothing more than this one page, and shows how easy to set up. We give it a name, and that's the name that will appear on the right-hand side when composing the email. We can give it a description if required. We can control where the snippet will be available. So we can say, well, actually, it's only available to customer support within that entity, or finance or marketing. And you can even use categories. So when you get lots of snippets, you can drop them into one of three categories to say, no, this is a marketing snippet, a sales snippet, or a support snippet. And the last part is where the text goes. Put your text in there, click save, and then it's just a case of deciding who to share it with. So make sure that snippets are only available for the right team. So if it's a sales relevant snippet, it goes to the sales team, or support. By adding or removing the groups, we can make sure the right people can see it. When you're happy with everything, you make sure that the status is active. Click Save and Close. And close that. As I said, go into any of your emails. I can pick up case registration. You go there to the case portal. And just in this little block of text, I could just make this a little reminder. We're in March. Don't forget to add the accountancy periods for Workbooks so that you're ready for the next financial year. One nice touch about these is you don't have to guess what's in the text. There's a little I next to it. So if I was unsure what was in accounting periods, I could click on the I. A new window pops up. It's going to say that's the text. If I wanted to drop it in, I click apply and it would put it where the cursor is on screen and that particular body of the text, or cancel just takes you back. If it's the right one, you apply it. If it's the wrong one, you can close it. And there we go, a trip into email templates and snippets from Workbooks.
Thanks very much, Stuart. So as we can see, really easy to use feature of Workbooks and a great way of saving time. I guess before we go on, just if you are starting to use this feature, discuss with colleagues so you're not all kind of reinventing the wheel. There's going to be some sort of consensus over these templates and snippets, and then make sure you test them is a good idea before running live. Test them to an internal colleague or friendly customer. And we showed you there some really nice, unique features of workbooks, like the quotation template. So where you've got to, where you want to send a query, don't want to do it via sort of a tariff PDF, quite a sort of low value or simple quotation proposal, have that within the body of the email, nice and easy. So just while those of you on here live, just while you're thinking of any questions, then we will just give you a little bit of a mention about Wizard Systems and our background. So we are a long-standing supplier of different CM solutions. We have been supplying workbooks now for well over 12, 13 years, and we offer any service around workbooks as well: the implementation, training, help desk support, and so on. Okay, questions. If you've got a question, please pop that into the question box on your meeting control panel, and we'll do our best to answer that. Right, so first question, Stuart, from, looks like it's Lily. I have a large team working on different accounts and projects. Can we share email templates and snippets across the team to ensure consistent messaging and branding? Question mark.
Yes, yeah, I sort of alluded to it. It's one of the big features of workbooks. It's the sharing section. So when you open up something like an email template, you have this padlock icon, and you go in there, and you could have you decide that this particular team. So I always allude to sort of a sales team, because sales templates would be completely different from the support templates. So you can build very sales orientated templates and only show them to members of the sales team, and then support templates that are just for the support. I mean, you don't end up with a huge list of templates you have to scroll through. You only see the ones that you're a member of. They're your group.
Okay, right, thanks for that. Bryant, is there a way to track the performance of emails created using templates and snippets? For example, can we see metrics like open rates, click-through rates, or conversion data? Shall I answer that one, Stuart?
Yeah, I think you'd be the perfect person for this one.
I think that's more of a where you would use bulk emails. That's where you're going to be using workbooks linked to MailChimp or GatorMail to. That's more of a sort of marketing type thing. So not within the standard email template feature of workbooks, but certainly where you would use that, where it comes into play, is the bulk email features and the email marketing capabilities of workbooks with the relevant add-on, MailChimp or GatorMail. Yeah, I think, right. I don't think there's any more questions there, Stuart. So let me wrap things up. So we are on 7.2. For those of you that have been attending our last few sessions, if you're using the older Outlook integration, the Workbooks Outlook connector or WOC, that's being replaced with WES. You don't need to be concerned about this if you are a more recent user of workbooks in the last few years. You'll be on the newer Exchange 365 integration, not the kind of the older WOC technology. So we are in the process of contacting our customers and transferring them over. If you're a Workbooks user, if you've got any suggestions for future topics, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact Stuart or myself. We'd love to consider that for future events, and hopefully, fingers crossed, catch up with you next Wednesday on another Workbooks topic. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.